In 1958, a group of American scientists sat in a room and seriously asked one question. Can we drop a nuclear bomb on the moon? Not a movie, not a joke, an actual government plan. And they called it Project A119. And a 24-year-old you've definitely heard of helped build it. We'll get to him. To see how anyone lands on Nuke the Moon, rewind 1 year. October 1957, the Soviet Union launches Sputnik, a beeping metal ball, the first satellite in orbit. And America completely lost its mind. The Soviets were winning the space race badly. Americans looked up and saw the enemy flying overhead. The country needed a comeback, a big one. And the Air Force had an idea that was a lot. If the Soviets could put a beep in the sky, America would put an explosion on the moon, one everyone on Earth could see with their own eyes. The thinking went like this. A flash on the moon says, "Don't mess with us." It was less science, more cosmic flex. So in 1958, the Air Force quietly started a study. The cover name was boring on purpose. A study of lunar research flights. Sounds like homework. Underneath the title, Bomb the Moon. They handed it to a physicist named Leonard Rifle. He didn't laugh them out of the room. He said basically, "Let me get back to you." And he pulled together a 10-person team. One of them was a grad student, 24 years old. His name was Carl Sagan. Yeah, that Carl Sagan. The man who'd spent his life teaching the world to love the cosmos. Started out doing math for the plan to blow up the moon. His job? Figure out the explosion. Specifically, how big the dust cloud would be, because a cloud is what would catch the sunlight and make the blast visible from Earth. If you can't flex, what's the point? Here's the unsettling part. It would have worked. They use a small atomic bomb, too heavy for a hydrogen one, roughly the size of the Hiroshima bomb. A rocket would carry it nearly 240,000 miles. They believed they could hit it within 2 miles of the target, and they'd aim for the edge of the moon's shadow. That's the line between the bright side and the dark side. A blast there would pop against the dark. Easy to see. No mushroom cloud though. Space has no air for one. Just a sudden, silent flash. Then a glowing dust cloud. So they had the math, the rocket, the bomb, and then they actually thought about it. Problem 1. What if the rocket missed? A nuclear bomb that doesn't reach the moon comes back down to somewhere. Problem 2. You'd wreck the moon forever. The scientists hated that part. Sagan's mentor and other valued the moon untouched. Problem 3. The public might absolutely hate it. Turns out, we nuke the moon is a tough sell. By January 1959, the Air Force pulled the plug. Officially, they were worried about the risk to the people, but there was a simpler reason too. Someone realized landing a man on the moon would impress the world far more than blowing a hole in it, and that's the path America actually took. 10 years later, Apollo 11 landed instead. We left footprints, not crater. Now remember Carl Sagan? The whole project was top secret for decades. So how did the world ever find out? Sagan did something he wasn't supposed to. Years earlier, he applied for a school fellowship, and to look impressive, he listed his secret work. He basically leaked a classified project to brag on a resume. Decades later, a biographer spotted that detail, and the moon bombing plan finally spilled out. In 2000, Rifle confirmed the whole thing was real. The government still won't fully admit it, so picture it one more time. A room of brilliant people in 1958 staring at the moon and deciding the best way to use it was to blow a piece of it off for attention. It sounds unhinged now, but in 1958, with the world watching the sky in fear, it almost made a terrible kind of sense. The moon got lucky. Cooler heads, a little science, and a lot of doubt saved it. And the same young man who did the math spent the rest of his life telling us the cosmos was sacred. From how big is the blast to look how beautiful all of this is. People change, sometimes for the better, and every so often, so do the plans of the entire government. The next clear night, look up at the moon. It's whole, unscarred, quietly glowing. And for a few months in 1958, that was nearly not the case. We came that close to rewriting the night sky, all to win a staring contest with the Soviet Union. Cooler heads won that one. The moon kept its face, and we kept ours. Not every wild idea makes it off the page. Thank goodness this one didn't. Somewhere out there, the moon is still glowing, exactly the way it should.